But first, I spent 7 days on the ground in America over the past fortnight, and it was eye-opening, to say the least. I visited 2 states at fairly opposite ends of the political spectrum. Blue state, California, more specifically LA, so of course predominantly Democrat, and Florida, home of Donald Trump, red, so Republican. Now, I very rudely spent the majority of time asking locals who they were planning on voting for and why. Now, keep in mind, the majority of people I encountered were in the service industry. So waiters, drivers, hotel staff, for the most part, let's call them middle America. From a wide range of backgrounds, African American and Latino included. The response I got was, well, fascinating. I kid you not, I would have asked 100 people at least. Now remember, I spent roughly half my time in a blue and a red state. And the latest national polls have Kamala Harris around 2 points ahead. That's on average. By the way, a weaker lead than his 2 previous opponents, Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, but still a lead. For some I encountered, it took a little while, almost like they were embarrassed to say. But eventually, it ended up being Trump for every single person, apart from one man. I kid you not, out of 100 people. He was a lovely doctor that I sat next to on a flight from LA to Miami. He was evidently well-to-do, an elite, if you'd call him that. Flying business class, he would have paid handsomely for it. I was using points. But when it comes to everyday middle Americans, my unofficial poll results were overwhelming. Trump sat down in what feels like his millionth TV interview overnight with Fox News' Sean Hannity, and he said this. Take a look.
You can't take the chance. You have no choice. You've got to vote for me. You've got to vote for me. You got to. Even if you don't like me, you know?
See, that really resonated with me. Now, I've never met the former president, so I'll reserve judgment until I do. But I'm always honest with you. Do I like the way he speaks always? Absolutely not. Do I approve of all of his behaviours over the years? No, not at all. But do I think, at the most dangerous time the world finds itself in since the end of World War II, that we are safer under his leadership every single day of the week, bar none? This morning, Russian warlord Vladimir Putin did the unusual thing of endorsing Kamala Harris. Take a look.
As for the favourites, there is no need to define that. It's a choice by the people of America in the end. I've said that our, so to say, favourite was acting President Mr Biden. He's been taken out of the race, but he advised all his supporters to support Mrs Harris. That's what we'll do. We'll support her as well. Trump has imposed so many restrictions and sanctions against Russia. No president before him imposed so many. If Harris is doing so well, maybe she'll refrain from such actions. In the end, it's a choice for the people of America to make. We'll respect that choice.
Now, he went on to say he loved her infectious laugh. Now, clearly some tongue-in-cheek here, games at play, of course. But you cannot argue with the fact that the Biden administration, Kamala front and, well, slightly off-centre maybe, but there, have weakened America's position globally, significantly. The wrath of the once-feared superpower doesn't seem to instill fear in any of our enemies anymore. So why wouldn't Putin prefer her? Of course he would. It's so basic. You want peace? Be strong, be powerful, and at times, yes, be unpredictable. It's the only deterrent that works. Leaders like China's Xi Jinping and North Korea's Kim Jong-un eat weakness alive, not to mention Iran and all the rest. So when it comes to who and what is best for our nation, Australia, given our reliance upon the US for protection, then I think we have as much at stake in this upcoming US election as every single American, in fact, perhaps even more, given where we are situated, our proximity to potential conflicts, our disgraceful, in my opinion, inability to defend ourselves. There are those who believe America would not be able to win a war against China right now themselves, let alone offer us any assistance. What happens in November matters greatly. And whilst the lead up to it may be the greatest show on earth, I certainly love the drama and the entertainment, don't for a second let that distract you from the enormity of what's at stake.